Yeah.
Start your show
Hey,
now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
everybody, hello. We're going to be with you in just a second here. We are going live on Lilydale Blog Talk Radio. Welcome to Spiritual
To start your
Discoveries.
show now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
Linda, I can't find the one. Let me see. I'm getting there. Okay. All right, everybody. Okay. Sorry about that.
To start your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
We have to ask Karen to help us please go on Blog Talk and fix
There
that.
is a one there that you should see on the keypad there.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.
Dial in again and then hit 1.
Okay, I don't see anyone, Karen. Everybody, bear with us. We're having technical difficulties. We haven't had these in a while, right, Karen? Okay.
You're going to do it? Maybe I better.
I'm trying again. Let's see if I can get the one. I know where the one normally is. Everybody, this is Spiritual Discoveries. We are going live on Lilydale Blog Talk Radio. My name is Angie Abt. I'm a registered Lilydale medium, and I'm really excited to be with you.
To hear important instructions, press 2.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there, Linda.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Lilydale Radio, featuring topics about spiritualism, mediumship, healing, spirituality, and the Lilydale Assembly, the world's largest center for the religion, philosophy, and science of spiritualism. This is Lilydale Radio.
Good afternoon, everybody. If you were with us in our beginning part, we got everything straightened out. So we're now on Lilydale Blog Talk Radio and Facebook Live. My name is Reverend Angie Abt, and I welcome you to Spiritual Discoveries with Angie and Friends. And next to me is a really good friend of mine, Linda Ellson.
Hi,
Linda.
there, Angie. Hi, everyone. Happy holidays. It's great to be with you.
Yeah. So it's great to have you here too. I'm happy that you came on. We kind of did this plan this short notice, but I'm happy that we're here and I'm happy that you're here. So I wanted Linda to come on today because I know, like, as much as I try so hard, and I know all of you do too, to not get stressed this time of year, I try to meditate more and I try to stay as good as I can, stay centered. But then somehow it seems like it gets to be like this week before Christmas and I start getting stressed. How about you, Linda?
Yeah, I agree. And I try to use all the tools like you, Angie, meditate, take deep breaths, get a workout, or go take a brisk walk. But I think that, and maybe a lot of you may have been feeling this too, and I've been observing a lot of this, your family, friends, clients, it's really felt like a really big week. And I feel like a lot of people had a lot of really big things going on. And
Yes.
There's a lot going on energetically, and I'm always a proponent with Feng Shui as a tool to say, keep it simple at the holidays. But I feel like this holiday season, more than ever, I almost feel like maybe even more than last year. And we know that last year was an extraordinary holiday season for all of us. But I feel like this year more than ever, we have to super keep it simple because so much is going on energetically. And I think whether you're hip on the exacts, and we can talk about some of the exacts, like I think you can feel it. You can see it on the road. You can feel it in your own life or talking to a friend like, whoa, like what's in the air? There's a lot in the air.
Oh, yeah. And people are getting upset and they're definitely off-centered, like everybody's off balance,
Yeah, it really feels that way. Yeah.
So Linda, first though, tell everybody about you. Okay. And tell everybody because Linda has a company called Feng Shui Your World. And I have learned so much from her about energy and keeping the energy good in my house and in my office and everything. So tell them a little bit about you and about Feng Shui and why it's important.
Thank you. So my name is Linda Ellson, and I'm a certified Feng Shui practitioner and president and owner of Feng Shui Your World. And I help people to create balance and harmony in their homes with Feng Shui, which is the ancient art and science of placement. And it's a process to create balance and harmony in your home. And it's been practiced for thousands of years, 3,000 plus around the Pacific Rim. And it landed in the US about maybe like, I lose track of time, maybe about 35 years ago. I've been a practitioner professionally for about 19 years now. And I help people to analyze the energy and the quality of the energy in their space. So helping them select homes, that are a good energetic fit for them and their family, or if they've already been living there for the past 20 or 30 years, how to make it a little bit more harmonious. So we can do this with furniture placement and color, and where to have a live plant like the poinsettia over my shoulder. And what Angie was also alluding to is there's wisdom in Feng Shui to know that, well, and the type of Feng Shui that I practice, which is traditional classical form Feng Shui, we honor and we pay attention to that energy changes over time. So our house just doesn't stand still. Just like we evolve as humans in our journey and our path, so does our home, whether we realize it or not. So the wisdom is, number one, if you're into Feng Shui, is to get your home set right for the long haul. But then every year there are some subtle or not so subtle shifts sometimes that take place. And what can we do to best fortify our homes and support it for health or wealth or prosperity and love or more harmonious relationships, or sometimes how to protect the energies in our home as well.
Yeah. And definitely, like I've done it and I follow the tips every year and attend your yearly, this year of the Tiger, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But it makes such a difference. Like you can feel the difference in your house. And if you have something like, it's stuck energy, I'm not able to create something in my life, you follow these tips and you can, right?
Absolutely. And I think that the empowering thing is that it gives you kind of a blueprint and it gives you a roadmap to like what's ahead and how are you going to navigate it. So I always feel like I help people to best navigate, the water, so to speak. We have a water tiger year coming up, by the way, but how to navigate the year. So sometimes when we feel like there's so much going on in life or we're helpless, I hope we're not feeling that way, but sometimes we do, right? I think the empowering and fun part of Feng Shui is it's like, hey, you get tapped into, where is it maybe a little flatter? Where do I need to support my health a little bit more? But wow, where can I go for the gusto in, maybe applying for a job or, making a little bit more money? I think with the economy being so, we'll just put quotes around it, interesting. I think we're all looking for ways, how can we protect our wealth, but how can we also boost it? So these are the various topics that we touch on in the wisdom of Feng Shui.
Yeah, and we've had so many changes. I always remember that story about my husband was trying to find a job and somehow it wasn't working out. It wasn't falling in place. So I talked to Linda and Linda told me I had needed to clean like the northeast or some sector of my house. And she said, and you asked me what's in that room. And I said, that's the junk room, and you said, clean that room and hang up some certificates and all. And I followed what you said. So I changed the energy Feng Shui wise, and he had a job within a week.
Right. So we helped Angie move energy in her career sector for her husband and honoring those degrees that he worked so hard. And then he finally could kick it into action because he got the job. So that's exciting and that's fun and that's empowering. And, you touched in about one of the things he had to do was clutter clear. And I'd like to make a comment about clutter clearing. It's not necessarily something that's in, the forefront of our mind at holiday time, when we're like, hey, really, for those of us who celebrate Christmas, that's just a week away. But I'm going to tell you the empowered thing is that between today and tomorrow up until about 11, just say 11 would be your cutoff time because the full moon, we're on the eve of a full moon. And it's always an empowering time every month to clutter clear, to declutter, even if it's like a little drawer or a little stack of something, or you're, getting rid of all the sea of emails on your computer. You get the idea. it's powerful because I think a lot of us may be feeling this buildup of this particular full moon. It's intense. It's in the
It's so
sign of
intense.
Gemini, and there's a sense of duality. So I think that a lot of people out there are really feeling a duality about how they feel about this holiday season, or about how they feel what's going on in their own life too. And this is why clutter clearing is so important, because it's like we have this whole buildup of energy that's going to be leading up to that full moon shortly after 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. So guess what? Clutter clearing, decluttering, going through a stack of, old clothes, or, the magazines you don't even read anymore. It puts you in the driver's seat. It's like, it's that sense of accomplishment. If you quickly clean out a drawer, like you have a visual, like you feel better, whether you realize it or
Yes,
not. So that's
so
a
much
powerful
better.
thing to do. Another thing is, right? Usually at holiday time, we are receiving gifts, a lot of us. So one of my tips for the holiday season with Feng Shui is, as one thing comes in, one thing should go out. So if it's like you're receiving a sweater for Christmas, maybe one sweater goes out, but it doesn't have to be like object to like object. So already think about this. The decluttering activities today and tomorrow can help you release some of that, maybe that buildup of energy or that angst you're feeling with this full moon buildup. But also it's already preparing the way to release and make room for some new things to come in, whether it's a new sweater or a new opportunity, or the promises, and the intentions that you're setting for yourself as we go into 2022, or, the intention going in with Year of the Tiger.
For sure. And as you're saying that, I just cleaned out my spice drawer and I organized it and got rid of stuff that was in there, old things that shouldn't have been there. And I'm so excited. Like, I want to cook and I feel so much better. And I organized my refrigerator, and just those couple things, I can't believe how much better I feel. So you're right with the clutter and organizing makes you feel better, I think, too.
Absolutely. And, even spices have an expiration too. So that is a really good sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
And then our refrigerators, they have a really direct component in relation to our health as well. And, Angie, I just happened to realize, 'tis the season, we're both wearing red, but ladies in particular, I'd like to give you a little tip. And a lot of us will think about wearing festive colors at this time of year, but red in particular, as we are going into this holiday season, still under the umbrella of the Year of the Ox, red is a really powerful color for women. It has been a very powerful color for women to wear or carry in a handbag this year. And part of it is that the argumentative star has been in the sector for women this year. So I don't know, but I'm just saying you may want to reflect on the year. It was a year that, people could potentially be pushing the ladies, our buttons this year. So red can kind of overcome that. So, you might just appear to be very, very festive, but if you feel like you need an extra boost, then I would, bust out the red. But remember, red can also be worn in an undergarment as well.
Yeah. So somehow, as long as you have it in there somehow. So,
Yes.
so Linda, talk about this a little bit. So we're coming out of Year of the Ox. So what can we be expecting to feel as we make our way to Year of the Tiger, that we're going to talk about as well?
Yeah. So I always think for me as a practitioner and an observer of energy, I always find this time of year very interesting. And certainly on a personal level and a business level, I am already deeply, preparing for my clients and my students for the Year of the Tiger. And I always feel like year end, when I say year end, it doesn't end with December 31st. Okay. So we think about the Lunar New Year. That is always the second new moon after the Winter Solstice, which we are coming upon next Tuesday. But the solar calendar, which is really the energetic year, it is a static date every year, and that changes every year on February the 4th. So we label it by the animal signs. We're in the Year of the Ox. We're going into the Year of the Tiger. The Lunar New Year this year will be, I should say this year, 2022 will be February 1st. The energy is going to change February the 4th. So we still have a little stretch of the ox energy. So the ox has been a year about perseverance. Think about the ox. It's a big animal.
Yeah.
Doesn't move very fast. So some of us may have realized that slow and steady was about winning the race this year. Nothing was happening like at the rate of speed that we all experienced in 2020 with the rat, that when we all had to scurry, and that whole idea of trying to stay social, when the global pandemic hit. But Ox has been about persevering. I think that it's been about strength. So I think a lot of us in different areas of our life, and it plays out differently for all of us, had to muster up different strength on different levels. So number one, it's a time of year where we can reflect on that. But as we play out the final energy, I would say if you have any unfinished business, with yourself, your life, as that pertains to that year of the Ox, the next few weeks, end of December, even all the way through January until, let's just say January 3rd before we get to February 1, is there any unfinished business that you have to do in that year of the Ox? And remember, it's slow, it's time to review. But you may already starting to feel some transition with Tiger. Like Tiger feels like there's something brewing inside of us. And it's going to be a year of transformation. And just think about it, of all the 12 animal signs, Tiger is the only wild animal out of all 12. And, Tiger can sit and look beautiful, but when Tiger needs to leap, can. And I think we might all be feeling a little bit of this, where do we want to leap in our life and bust out? And that's coming soon. So, take care of the unfinished business. Honor, maybe it's still feeling a little slow with Ox. Just be with it and use your tools, when we're talking about meditating. And here we are on Lily Dale Spiritual Blog Talk Radio, tapping into our spirituality. Spirituality has been at the core and the essence of the Ox. And whether you're tapping into it or not, or maybe you're new to this, I know Reverend Angie will probably be telling us about this in a few minutes. She's leading a beautiful spiritual Winter Solstice meditation. And, the Winter Solstice is coming up next Tuesday. It's another big energetic marker. That is, of course, the longest day of the year. But in Chinese metaphysics, it is a day, I should say, to be more still. It is not about winning the race on that day. No, it is a day for contemplation and meditation and prayer and lighting a candle at mealtime and being more still. I mean, I'm sure a lot of us have to work, but I am not seeing clients on that day. I'm seeing, my last day I'm seeing clients before travel and solstice is Monday. I'm still preparing for Year of the Tiger. I will definitely be joining you for meditation on Tuesday, but that is the wisdom. And that is allowing us to go into that stillness. And I know, Angie, you have so much to share about the wisdom of going into that stillness.
Sure. Well, before I go to that, I want to talk about Year of the Tiger, because I know you have limited time. So, everybody, one of the positive things to me that came out of the pandemic is that we can do things on Zoom. So Santosha, we at Karen Sully and I are so excited and honored to be helping Linda with her biggest yearly event that I've been going to every single year is energy changes. And this year it's Year of the Tiger. And Karen's gonna put something up and Linda's gonna talk about it, but it's on January 15th. It's going to be hybrid, so it's live and on Zoom, and we're really excited about that, right, Linda?
Oh, super excited about it. And Angie, I always love the expression that you and your cousin came up with, the bless and the mess. But the bless and the mess with the pandemic was just that so many of us went into massive technology mode. Now it was a practical, right? I mean, we all had to really do that globally. But what I find fascinating as a practitioner is that that's part of the energy. So we call energy patterns in Feng Shui by period. So we say we're in the period of 8, which is all of it about spiritual development and breakthroughs and research and the way we educate and, fascinating stuff. We're on the rise and we're approaching what's known as the period of 9. And the period of 9, some will say that it began a couple of years ago in the transition, but it really doesn't kick in until 2024. But it is, one of the hallmarks is about technology. So whether you love it or not, it's here to stay. But I have Feng Shui to back that up, and which I think is fascinating. So I too had to join the rest of the world, and with the help of Karen and Kathy, we can be on things like this. And for those of you who aren't in Buffalo, New York, we can connect globally for Year of the Tiger. So the class is being taught earlier than I used to and teach it in the old days. And I found that my clients really love the information ahead of time to get that blueprint and that roadmap for the year. The Tiger class will be taught on Saturday, January 15th. It'll be from 1 to 3 p.m. Live on Zoom, or for those of you who are in Western New York, live in Buffalo, New York. And it is a class that is, kind of taught at lightning speed, but it is rich full of information and handouts, and people will get a video access for 30 days, all about what the Year of the Tiger will be. It'll be a huge year of transformation, opportunity, more flow. I think we are ready for flow. But it's year 2, I have to say, and I have to be real, and I always play it real. Every year there's going to be positive energies to tap into, and I am definitely a glass half full kind of person.
Yes, I know
but
you
there's
are.
also going to always be energies year, where they're not so great. So there's a yin and the yang to every year. Yeah. So we're going to talk about the overall, what does it mean for us, as a global society, but then the practical, let's roll up our sleeves. What can we do in our homes for our health, our wealth, our relationships, our children in our life? And maybe it's, adding some metals somewhere, or adding plants in a certain spot, or where is it a good, area in the house to hang out? Maybe we'll rearrange the furniture because it's a little bit flat on the right side of the living room.
Yeah.
So I really love guiding people in that. And the other thing that I have to say is, in the overall, we'd say, the chart of the year, there's not just one tiger showing up. There's 3 tigers showing up. So that's a lot of tiger energy.
It's really strong.
It is very strong. And, it being a water tiger, water is one of the most gentle elements that it could be in. But there's a lot of protection that we need to have in place for the Year of the Tiger too. But listen, if we can learn how to turn tiger into pussycat, and that's my goal, to help teach you how to do that, we can really tame that tiger and really, again, tap into that wave of transformation being a good thing. And some people are like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I think it's an opportunity. And I think a lot of it is how you look at it too.
Yes.
But there's real, there's sophistication in knowing how to navigate it. And again, I'll be your cruise director.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like your yearly class in January is really the most important one to attend. Because
I do too. I think so too.
Yeah, because you're telling us how to protect our energy, how to enhance the energies are good, or that are good, or like you told me, clear out the clutter in that one room and get the energy flowing. I mean, that's kind of what you're doing, is going through every sector in that class.
Yeah, and another thing I want to say about clutter is, while it's not the sexiest thing to have to work on, but it's really empowering to do that. But really, how do you best prepare for the Year of the Tiger? Let's just say, okay, you're going to do a little clutter clearing today, tomorrow, because of the full moon. It's going to make you feel better going into the holidays. Yes. But really, the month of January, pause in the middle, come take our class. But the best way to prepare your home, prepare your business, is to declutter, is to clean, because it's like you are preparing your home, your office, your place of business, even if it's at your dining room table, to welcome in the new energies of the year. And we want to remove those roadblocks, open it up like Angie's husband did, make it shiny, sparkly, to, again, welcome the best possible energies into the year. And that's how I spend. In between preparation time, I'm also background preparing, just like I'm recommending everybody else to do too. One other thing I want to say is, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I was just going to say quickly.
What I was going to say is, like some people listening might say, well, I really don't know that much about Feng Shui. So what I want to say is, this class, while it's not rocket science, it's a little bit more of an advanced level class. So if you don't know that much about Feng Shui, when I say don't, meaning like you've never taken a class or you've never read a book on it, or, I do have a Feng Shui Essentials video on my website, which is fengshuiyourworld.com. Go on our shop page. I think it's an hour and a half long, and you'll learn the basics about elements and color and placement. Okay. And I would say, if you need a little bit of background, that video will help you get there. And I think you'd be really well prepared to join us for the Year of the Tiger.
Excellent.
But again, if you've done some feng shui experiments, you read a lot of books, you've had me in for a consultation maybe, or you had a consultation across the world with another practitioner, you're great to come to our class, and we'd love to see you there.
Yes, we do. We want to see you. Come for sure. So Linda, before we run out of time again, we were gonna talk about KISS.
Oh, keep it
Yes.
simple, sweetheart.
Yeah.
For the holiday season. So,
Yeah.
you know, part of that KISS method, and I'm always a big advocate for it every year, is just keep it simple. Keep it simple in this, you know, 1 week, and counting again for those of us who celebrate, you know, Christmas or Kwanzaa, maybe accept one less engagement, or make one less hors d'oeuvre, or,
Yes.
you know, maybe it's one less present to shop for. It's just like, what can you do just to streamline and make it easier on yourself? So, yeah, you know, like I will be honest, you know, we were going to a holiday party, and it had to it got rescheduled for one reason or another. We're going to celebrate in January.
Yeah.
And it almost, you know, if my friends listening, blessings to you and everyone, it was a lot going on, but it almost, I have to honestly say, it almost felt like a sense of relief just to have that space. So it's like, KISS is about, where can you keep it a little bit more simpler for yourself, a little bit more streamlined, you know, and find that space in between. I'll tell you, a good in-between simple day is tomorrow. It is a full moon. I'm sure some people are thinking about being out there shopping or shopping online, but it's another one of those days. If you can just take a step back and just keep it a little simpler, a little easier, a little bit more low key tomorrow, you'll be a lot happier on that. For sure.
You know, you're right too. Like that, keep it simple. Like I used to make all these pies, you know, and for different holidays at Thanksgiving. And I remember like 1 year kind of saying, you know what, nobody really eats like these two kinds. And even though it's been tradition, I'm not going to make them. And I felt so much better. Nobody really missed them anyway. But sometimes it really is. It's like listening inside, like what's right for me. And sometimes it's that one more thing. Like I always feel like we're full like a glass of water, right? And if we add that one more thing, it's like we're overflowing. And if we take that one thing out or do that one less thing, it kind of goes down and makes room for other things, maybe just some R&R. So I
have to tell you, I think it's funny that you use the baking example, because I had the same exact experience, similar but different, with baking holiday cookies. So I really do love to bake holiday cookies. And this year just has seemed like it's just extraordinarily busy, and I'm traveling for the holiday season as well. But I do love to bake, and I love to bring cookies to my family out of town. But I'm like, I gotta keep this simpler. So you know what? This year, we only made two kinds of our traditional family cookies. And it was funny. It was almost like my cookie ingredients and recipe had more wisdom than me, because I was baking the cookies. I was following the recipe. I usually double the batch. And then I got done. I'm like, what happened to all the cookies? Like, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, do I need to bake more? But you know what? I used to like to make cutouts. I'm like, ain't nobody got time for that anymore. So you know what? I was just at an annual luncheon again for the Buffalo Zoo here in Buffalo, New York. And part of a fundraiser was they had these really cute polar bear cutouts. So I was like, you know what? I am ordering cutouts from the Buffalo Zoo. It goes towards charity. They're super cute. And you got cutouts as well. And now there's a third cookie. So I just kept it more simple.
That's right.
But of course, by the time I bundled them up and put them into my tins for the airplane, I'm like, oh my God, I really did bake a lot of cookies.
Yeah, but that's a really good idea, and why not buy them? And something that goes to charity. I hate to admit it, I've done it too. I've actually bought Thanksgiving dinner one year too, and it was pretty delicious and a lot easier as well. So I hate to admit that.
Yeah, you cut yourself some slack, right?
Yeah, I think so too. So Linda, it's 12:30. You told me to watch the time for you, and I know you have another meeting to get to, and I appreciate so much that you came on. Karen, can you put that up one last time about Year of the Tiger? If you guys want to learn more about feng shui and energy for next year. I mean, this is an awesome class, and we're so excited to be able to offer it hybrid. So even if I know a lot of people that come on to watch this broadcast are not in Buffalo. And so guess what? You can come anyway, because it's going to be on Zoom. So it's Saturday, January 15th from 1 to 3 p.m. And it's Year of the Tiger. And I promise you, you will learn so much, and you'll find, and it's simple too. You know, there's little simple things you can do around your house that are going to make a huge difference in your energy, to protect your energy, everything for 2022. So I'm inviting you. I hope you can come. And thank you, Linda.
Well, thank you. Have a wonderful day, Angie. It's always a pleasure. And I will definitely see you online at your Winter Solstice event next Tuesday.
Oh, excellent. Okay. I can't wait to see you. All right. Sounds
Thanks.
good. That's going to be good. And I'm going to have Karen put that up. We'll talk about that for a second, everybody. So thanks,
Perfect.
Linda.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.
Namaste.
I'll talk to you soon.
And happy clearing for tomorrow.
Yes, for sure. Yes. I'm going to be doing mine for sure. Okay, everybody. So let's see. Okay. Hello. Now you just have me. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the winter solstice. Okay. Because that's coming up on Tuesday, and that's another like energy change thing too. We have, I'm going to have Karen post, we have an event coming up for that as well, where that I'm going to do a meditation for it. But let me just read you about the solstice while Karen has that up. So it's a time of quiet energy, where you get the opportunity to look within yourself and focus on what you want and need. It's a time to set goals and intentions for the coming year and to make changes within yourself. Sunlight is limited. I heard a lot of people talking about that they've been tired lately. A lot of people saying that, and that's normal this time of year. Okay. So I love to have like a winter solstice celebration, and we always do a meditation, because I feel like meditation really, really does take you within, and that's what we need. We always do like a letting go ceremony that I have you go within and think about things that you're holding on to, that it's time to let go of. And so I would love to do a burning bowl ceremony. We don't do it. I burn everybody's stuff later, but we have everybody come up and have a ceremony where you really let go of things. And then we set our intention for 2022. And I always feel like setting your intention is so important and so very, very powerful. When I set my intention for something and I write it down, it almost always, comes into my life just doing that. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give messages at it as well. Okay. Sort of gallery style, like we do in Lilydale at the Stump, and just give everybody a message about 2022. Okay. So I feel like that's important as well. And so that's going to be Tuesday. It's Tuesday, December 22nd from 7 to 8:30 is Santosha's Winter Solstice celebration. And you can attend in person or on Zoom. So I wanted to give you this too today is just a few things that you can do yourself. Okay. And these are just some like ways that you can celebrate with these 5 rituals to celebrate the solstice. So burn a list of things to release. Okay. So release to rise. What do you need to let go of to expand into your truest self? Because sometimes we hold on to things, right, so much, and that we don't have room to let something else into our lives. All right. So if we let go of something, even a thought or a worry or what have you, okay, we let go of that and we create room for something new to come in. Okay. So that's first thing. Number 2 is invite the light back into your life, because that's what's going to start happening after solstice, is the days will get longer again and we'll get that light back. So reflect on what the light means to you. What makes you feel illuminated? How do you feel when basked in the glow of the sun? How do you remind others of their radiance? Okay, that's important, right? Reminding others of their radiance. And then also, what reminds you of yours, or who reminds you of yours? Okay, so that's important too. And that's inviting back the light. Okay, I feel like that's important. Number 3, nourish your body with grounding and warming foods. Do you ever notice that, I used to take a yoga class. I still take it on Zoom. And my yoga teacher always said, like, we're drawn to different foods at different times of the year, and we feel different ways. And at this time of the year, when it's getting dark earlier, I don't know. I'm drawn to mashed potatoes and pot roast and probably cookies, all the things that you think aren't good for you, or heartier vegetables, okay, root vegetables, thick stews and soups, spices like ginger and turmeric. And we're drawn to that stuff because it kind of helps us kind of settle in and go within, which is what we need to do this time of year. And then, of course, that prepares us for spring, when we spring into action and we want to move more, and we're drawn to eating things that are lighter. So Mother Nature knows what our bodies need to thrive. Okay, she ripens fruits and vegetables at just the right time throughout the year, so that we can gain the vitamins, minerals, and energy from our food that we might be lacking. And then winter, just said, calls for root vegetables. That's what we're drawn to. So that's number 3. Number 4. I love this. Light a giant log in the fireplace if you have a fireplace. Okay. I know I don't have a fireplace, so I put it on my TV. You can go to that one channel and have your log. Okay. But that's also like it's symbolic of offering of light to welcome back the sun. So you can gather around the fireplace or around the TV if you have it on there. Okay. To enjoy each other's company with the warmth of the fire and the comfort that spring is just around the corner, and with spring, of course, the earth is coming back to life. And that's what we start to look forward to, I feel, with the winter solstice and even after the holidays. And last thing is bless the holiday tree. Okay. Because isn't that something? Don't you love like sitting and looking at your tree? Or I love driving around and looking at the lights. Okay. And just the sparkliness of it, but that's also bringing back the light. So it's kind of blessing the tree and being appreciative of that. So those are my 5 little tips. And we're going to go through more things as well. As on Tuesday with our winter solstice celebration, but celebrate it anyway. Whether you can attend with us or not, make sure that you take the time to allow yourself to meditate and go within. And Linda Ellson was on earlier talking about that same thing and how important that is. So I want to finish today here, and a lot of times we start in the beginning, but I want to just take you through a little guided meditation. Okay. And this is one I actually found. It's a Deepak Chopra manifesting meditation. So I want to give this to you because I feel like when we set our intentions, it's a perfect time to manifest, okay, what we'd like in our lives, because we can always do that too. I want to have a show all about manifesting, because when you start to visualize something and you set your intention for something, you draw that into your life, and you can use, the energies of the solstice or year of the tiger, things like that, to do that. So I want to just invite you, okay, if you're on, and I see some of my good friends on here too. Hello, everybody. I know I haven't been looking at the comments to say hi. So and before we do meditation, I just want to remind you real quick once again, Karen, can you throw up Year of the Tiger? Karen's behind the scenes. Thank you, Karen. You guys aren't seeing Karen today. She'll be on the next time. But we have annual Feng Shui Energy Changes class with Linda Ellson of Feng Shui Your World. That's Saturday, January 15th from 1 to 3. And of course, you can attend that no matter where you live, because we're so excited that we're set up for hybrid now, so we can do both. Okay, so you can attend in person or on Zoom, and you'll learn so much about energy, the changes in energy, what you can do to enhance the energies, to bring things into your life, manifest, what have you. Okay. And protect yourself too. Sometimes we need to protect certain areas from certain energies. And Linda is going to tell you all that and more at this class. And I never miss this class every year for years. And we're so honored that we get to help Linda with it, co-host with her. So, and other thing too is on Tuesday, and you already saw, like, we have our winter solstice celebration. I'd love to have you come to that as well. That's also on Zoom. So, and that's Tuesday, the actual day of the solstice, December 21st, from 7 to 8:30. And I have a special solstice meditation that I'll share with you with that. And we'll have a letting go ceremony, and of course setting intention. So I'd love to invite you to meditate with me. I always want to meditate on our show here. I feel like it's the most important thing. The most important thing you can do for yourself always is meditate. You know, taking those few minutes, it allows you to pause. It allows you to go within. You know, sometimes we're trying to find our answers, or what do I do next, or where do I go? And if we meditate, we're going to connect to our higher selves, and we're going to connect to spirit, and we're going to find our answers. They're going to come to us because meditation allows us to connect, and it clears our minds as well. So I invite you, meditate. I know I say this all the time, but meditate every day. And even if you think you didn't meditate and you think my mind just kind of kept going and I feel like my mind didn't stop, still, just by setting that intention, okay, and just by closing your eyes and listening to meditation music or saying a mantra, you are going to be connecting to that energy, whether you think you did or not. So yeah. Hi, Judy. Thank you. I got to go through and say hi to all my buddies on here. Thank you for joining us. We love that you do. So, all right. So I want to invite you now to close your eyes. And this is a very special manifest meditation. And take a few deep breaths in and exhale. And when you take those deep breaths, make sure that you're breathing all the way into your abdomen. Oh, and you can take a deep breath in to the count of 5. Hold it for 5, 5, and then exhale to the count of 5. And then do one more inhale to the count of 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Holding it for 5. And then exhale to 5. And begin to feel your body relaxing with every one of those breaths you're taking. Feel your head relaxing, your neck, and your shoulders. Many of us carry our stress in our shoulders. So on your next exhale, gently lowering your shoulders. And imagine that you're inhaling in new energy and you're exhaling out stress. Inhaling new energy, exhaling stress as your back is relaxing. And you're even noticing if there's any achy areas anywhere, and knowing you can breathe this white light and energy into those areas and invite them to relax and maybe let go of some of the achiness that may be there. As the energy and relaxation is in your chest and belly now, moving down your arms all the way through to your fingertips. And your arms are feeling loose and limp. Loose and limp. As you feel the energy now moving into your hips, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, and feet, all the way through to your toes. And your whole body is relaxing deeper and deeper as you begin to allow your mind to carry you to a beautiful, luxurious beach where the sand flows like sugar between your toes and the beautiful turquoise waves gently lap at your feet. The scent of the crisp, salty air tantalizes your nose, and you breathe deeply. And in the distance, you spy a flock of gulls flying through the air, and you notice a school of dolphins at play. A bottle and a scroll of paper and pen are lying close by, and you begin to notice those. And you sit down, enjoying the waves and the dolphins and the seagulls and the beauty of the beach, the way the sun touches your face and your shoulders and your back. It's the perfect temperature. And slowly, you're drawn to pick up the scroll and the pen, and you begin to make a list of your heartfelt intentions one by one. The things that are your deepest desire. Writing them down, whatever you'd like to manifest and bring into your life. Continuing to breathe deeply, staying in that space of relaxation as you write down your deepest desires. And as you complete your list, you place the scroll in the bottle that's lying there as well. You close it up, and you now toss it into the vast, beautiful blue sea. And you feel the abundance of the beautiful beach that surrounds you. And you ask the universe to deliver the contents of your bottle and cast those intentions into the sea of unconsciousness. Asking the universe to deliver your desires and intentions with ease. It's important that we ask. It's important that we pray for others and ask for things they need, but it's important for us to ask for ourselves as well. And just taking a moment to once again feel the beauty of that beach and that ocean and feeling that sand between your toes. As you slowly begin making your way back here to our virtual room, opening your eyes and wiggling your fingers and toes. And I want to thank you so much for joining us today on Spiritual Discoveries. I want to thank Linda Ellson for coming on and giving us some amazing feng shui tips. I love the one about keeping it simple. And remember, like as we go into this next week, the week before Christmas Day, and we start to get busy and we start to get stressed, or we feel everybody else's stress, take a deep breath. Imagine you're at the beach. That can help. Keep it simple. Maybe there's one thing, maybe you make 10 kinds of cookies. I don't know if you made, that would be a lot, but and maybe there's a couple you can do without this year. Think about that. So maybe there's some little things that you do that maybe you could, like I stopped making 10 pies and went to making maybe 6 at Thanksgiving. And that felt so much better to me and so much better on my shoulders. And I invite you to think of some things that you can do the same and let yourself enjoy And I always feel this too, that the holidays are joyous times a year, but they're also hard for so many people, right? So many people that are alone, or they've lost a loved one, or they have financial challenges, or who knows. And just reach out, make sure you smile. Even with masks, we're back to masks again. Smile anyway. You can still see my eyes get pretty crinkly, and you see my lines probably when I smile, but you can tell I'm smiling with that mask on, or reach out to the neighbor that's by themselves, or the family member. Now we can do it so easily. We can call them, or we can text them, or we can email them, or we can leave a Christmas card in somebody's mailbox, what have you. So I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful week. I'm going to be on next. I know it's Christmas Eve. I'm going to be on anyway. And I think what we're going to do is I'm probably we'll talk about some things, but I'm going to do some messages. So I hope you can join me next Friday at noon. And again, thank you so much for being here today. And thanks to Karen Sully, my fabulous tech person, who helps us do all this stuff. So have a great day, everybody. Take care.